EQ, which is called basically electric intelligence, with the values of emotion and intelligence to bring everything together what is going in the future. So, and there are a lot of components in there, for instance the connectivity, which we're working on very much, the autonomous driving, and basically electric, and also the shared and service part. So, and we want to bring this all together in an ecosystem which basically represents also the future of Mercedes-Benz. And this is basically coming on top of what we're doing for our core business, what we have been traditionally providing the best products and the best customer experience to our people. We will develop from a traditional automaker, right, designing cars, producing cars, selling cars, also offering finance, into a mobility provider, holistic mobility provider, which basically encompasses the whole ecosystem, what mobility means to people today to get from A to B, and how to basically also how mobility is integrated in their lives on a day-to-day basis, right? So basically there are a lot of aspects there, and it's definitely also one part is the products, like the vehicles, how they will develop in the future with all the components like connectivity, autonomous, even electric, but also around this in terms of services like navigation, for instance, is one topic, like how you use basically different ways or different means of mobility to get from one point to the other. So we are developing, for instance, or we have developed an app which is basically bringing you from A to B with different means of transportation. So the best and the optimized way to get from A to B. You walk, you take the bus, you take a taxi, and then maybe you do something else. And this is going to show you. It's already implemented in Germany and some others. So then the other thing is sharing. For instance, ride sharing. We're one of the biggest providers of Car2Go, which is our company there of ride sharing in Europe and also in the US. Basically equipping the city with electric cars already, smart in this case, where people basically can grab a car and get from A to B and drop it on another place where they basically want to go, and that's all connected in between. So this is some examples we're basically working. I mean, as you have seen and heard in the panel discussion, also the world of mobility in Malaysia changes quite dramatically with the new companies coming up, and I already can see that people are picking this up. So I think the mindset and how to use mobility and how to be a part of this is going to change also in the future. And I think Malaysia will not be different than from other countries in the world. Maybe on different stages, so people might use different modes of mobility, but I think eventually it will also be the same as everywhere else. We're already in the middle of the change, as we call it, a paradigm shift. So definitely, I think to make substantial changes, I think it's a good time to go now. And it's not about speed in the one and only, but it's basically also to put profound solutions on the ground. I think it's very important in that space, because there's a lot of providers in the world, but does it work at the end of the day? I think that's the key. And can you combine all these modes and all these topics into one system, which basically gives you the best experience, and the hassle-free and a peace of mind experience? I think this is the challenge, and we're working very hard to get it done.